Hey guys, Gary here. Gonna be talking to you today about The Walking Dead Season 5, and this will be a little different video today. Today's gonna be a first Q&A, and it'll just give people the chance to ask questions and me answering them with my opinions. And I must say there has been some very good questions, so I thank you all for submitting the questions to me, and let's get on with it. Also, one more thing before I do get into it, this could contain spoilers from the comic book and TV show, so if you don't want to hear that, please don't watch, and thank you for coming on anyway. So, the first question was from Chloe Nutting, and she asked, who do you think the Wolves are, and do you think they're bad? Well, that is a good question. Think the Wolves are based on a comic book group called the Scavengers. They basically got the same traits as them, where they actually said in the finale about they take things and they want everything that people have. So that's who I think they are. I think they're based on that group, but I don't know why they never just called them the Scavengers. Still, I think the Wolves. I think they called them the Wolves mainly because it's more frightening, isn't it, being afraid of wolves than like scavengers. But and I think they also wanted to. I think they're also going for more darkness in the show, and that's why we saw the guy get his throat slit, the guy in the red poncho. So we're seeing here the guy in the red poncho getting his throat slit, and that just shows you like they do mean business, like, and they are bad. They look bad people just by doing that because it was brutal. He just turned around, sliced his throat when he saw all the walkers were out of the lockups. So to answer your question, I do think they're going to be bad people and they will be a threat, but I think there's going to be a twist in it for some reason. I've just got this feeling that these two people we've seen were not the Wolves. I know they had the W's on the foreheads, but every time we've seen a W on the forehead, they've been people who have been marked and who have died. And I was thinking, what if these two people were just the ones who have escaped the Wolves and they've already been marked? And I know that's a bit out there, but that's what I was thinking for. But also, I think stuff will go down with the Wolves in season 6 in the first few episodes. Now, just a little bit more about the Wolves. This guy is a comic book scavenger named Derek. I think this is going to be the Wolves, like the Wolves gang now, the Scavengers. As you can see from the quote, it says, little pig, let me in." And that's obviously, the big bad wolf type thing. So I think that's why they've changed it to the Wolves as well. Was probably that line. So it is a good line. It was pretty good. In that bit of the scene, he is talking to Rick. So this could be like the leading into something. And I think we'll see that in the season 6 premiere. And I really hope we do. Thanks for the question, Chloe. So the next question was from Laurie Rodriguez, and she asked, "Who, who were the three people who got exiled from Alexander Safe Zone?" Well, that is a good question because we haven't really heard much about that other than when Aaron said and Deanna have said about it. But I was thinking the other night about it. How cool would it be if the people in the Wolves, like the leaders, was from that group? I think that'd be a pretty interesting way to do it because that means they already have conflict with the safe zone, so it's not mainly like a random attack. It's like something they've been wanting to do for a while. I think that would be pretty good if it was. Um, I think they must have been done something bad, these three people, to get exiled like that. Maybe he just wanted the power, trying to take over. So that would be pretty cool if they were the leader of this group and they were a part of it. But I think we'll get that question answered in season 6. Thanks for asking the question. This is another question from Laurie Rodriguez. They ask, "Do you think Daryl is distancing himself from the group for good?" No, I don't think he's distancing himself from the group for good. I think he just needs a space because ever since Beth, he's just fed up of losing people, isn't he? He's in a bit of a down point. I think he really cared for Beth, and he doesn't want to get too close to anyone again in case they get hit. But no, I just don't think he's going to distance himself from the group. I think he's doing this job because, as we found out, remember the guy who was the leader of the claimers, he said it's nothing worse than an outdoor cat thinking he's an indoor cat, and that's Daryl. He just couldn't stay behind those gates. He didn't like it. Even in the prison, he was always out on runs. He's just doing what he does. But once it comes down to it, his loyalty will always be to Rick. And we'll see that in season 6. Definitely, it'll be like something will happen, and he'll be right by Rick's side and helping out. And I think we'll see that if the conflict happens with the Wolves, maybe. And it'll just be good to see because he's going to snap out of it eventually, and the only people who can make him snap out of it is himself. I think Carol be a huge role in helping him out, but he's trying to put space between him and Carol as well because, as I said, he doesn't want to get close to anyone no more in case he loses them because since Beth, it took a really big dint in him because he did care about her and he felt like it was his responsibility to find her. I just think he'll be back on top again in season 6 for sure. So this next question was from Gina Jones, and she asks, the blood on the katana that Pete used to kill Reg, was that a proper mess up, or did he kill someone before, arriving to the meeting, and who do you think he killed? Well, that is a great question, and also it was one I've been meaning to do a video about, to be honest, a separate video, which I probably will do about it sometime this week, but yeah, it was strange, wasn't it, seeing that, because I didn't notice it until the next day, until it got pointed out to me, and I remember discussing with Eugenia about it. Excuse me. It was and it was so strange because you don't expect mistakes like that from The Walking Dead. You do see them occasionally, but not something so huge like that when it's in such an important scene because it's something that it needs to get pointed out. And if we noticed it, surely that means yeah, the editors should have noticed that. The directors, when they're watching it back, you should have definitely noticed. It was if it was a mistake, then it was a huge one. But I have this feeling it wasn't a mistake. I think he killed someone before he came over. He could have killed Spencer, Deanna's son, who she says go and check the gate. He was on the way out. He could be dead. But if he wanted to get personal, he would have went to Rick's house, wouldn't he? He would have went to see Rick first. And yeah, that could be it. It could be someone from Rick's group family. So who wasn't at that fire? It was Colin Judith obviously wasn't. Tara, Rosita wasn't. There was a few others who were in there, but if he did kill someone, it's got to be some of them. But I don't think they'd kill Koloff, obviously not, because he's such an important role. But Judith, if they were going to kill a baby, that's how they'd kill her, wouldn't it? Off screen, without anyone seeing. And it would be great for season 6 premiere if Rick goes back to the house, Cole's knocked out somewhere on the floor, and the baby's dead. It would be pretty dark, but it would be easier to do off screen because of all the complaints people would get. Because killing a baby, I think, people complaining because of Aaron and Eric having a gay kiss. Killing a baby, that'll just be even higher, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? It'll just it'd be a big risk, but it'll be better to do if they were killing a baby with kill off screen. But yeah, I hope it's not a mistake, because if it's a mistake, I'll be gutted. We'll have to wait till October and find out. So yeah, thank you for the question, Gina, and I will make a proper video on that subject. Thanks for the question. So this next question is from Yolanda Trevino, and they ask, what do you think both Rick and Morgan were thinking when Morgan called Rick's name and Rick saw Morgan standing there? Well, that was a good question, because Morgan couldn't have came at the worst time ever to see his friend. Morgan had that saying earlier on in the episode, all life is precious, when he was talking to Daryl. So you can see that Morgan's took a new role now of he's not crazy, he's clear of all those thoughts now, and he's not a killer no more. He's like, he takes life as it is. I think Morgan would be disappointed to see that happen, because Rick just done that without hesitation. He just pulled the gun and went bang. I think once Rick explains to him why he done it, why he had to do it, I think Morgan will understand, but he still will have that doubt in the back of his mind with Rick, that Rick's changed. And I think Morgan's role for the next season, hopefully he's around long enough, will to be get Rick back on the right tracks and basically get him clear like Morgan's also done. And I think that'll be a good thing. I think Morgan will be like a Herschel role, like a mentor. That's what I think he was doing. But on that time when Morgan saw Rick, Morgan was probably thinking, I've made the right choice coming here. Because Rick was his only friend in the world, basically. And to see your friend change like that, he must know something's... Morgan must know something's gone wrong in the past. I don't know how long it's been since they last saw each other. A year maybe, that something really bad's gone wrong to see him be like that, because last time they saw each other, Rick just needed guns to protect their camp, and now he just wants to kill people. So yeah, but for Rick, what I think Rick was thinking, Rick was probably thinking, Rick looked like remember in the prison when Rick saw Laurie after she died and he was hallucinating. That's kind of what Rick looked like Morgan has. Like, is he a hallucination? He doesn't quite believe he's there. That's what it had in Rick's face. But also, the look in Rick's face was also a bit like, shit, he's just saw me here, hasn't he? How am I going to talk my way out of that one? He just, even Daryl looked a bit horrified to see it. But yeah, it's going to be pretty good to see in season 6 how they work it out, because it was just such an awkward moment to turn up and see someone get shot in the head by Rick. It was brutal as well, wasn't it? So yeah, I'm looking forward to finding out what's going to happen. So thanks for the question. So next question, Brian Noakes asked, do you think Rick will become the leader of the Alexandria safe zone? Yeah, I think he will, but not until maybe season 7, maybe. He's definitely on the lines of becoming it, because he's just basically, the next season, I think Rick's main role will be teaching these people in the safe zone all about the world outside, trying to make them survivors, basically. I think Deanna will be around till at least season 7, so I think if Deanna dies, then yeah, Rick will step up and be the leader. I think they'll all look to Rick, but at the minute things are great. Well, they're not great, are they? But things will be okay at the minute, because Deanna's not a bad person by watching her. She's just misunderstanding the world, a bit like Herschel did in season 2. Herschel came across as a bit of a douche, didn't he? Really, at season 2, not like, he's being dead stubborn. That's what Deanna is. She's stubborn, and I think Rick's changed that now with what we saw in the finale. So I think Rick will step up and be well respected in the community, and then eventually he will take it in season 7, maybe, if Deanna dies. Because I think if they're going to kill Deanna off, it'll be the season 6 finale, because she will be a big character, or maybe the season 7 premiere. So yeah, that's what I think of that, and I think Rick will become the main man in the safe zone. So another question from Brian was, would you stay in the Alexandria safe zone knowing that someone worse than the governor is out there waiting to attack? That's a good question. Yeah, I would stay, because you have the advantage. You've got closed gates there, and there's only one way in and one way out. Well, that's their advantage, the enemy's advantage, that they can just wait till you come out, but wait you out. But you have the advantage because you've got that big tower. You can snipe from there, and there's like loads of strategy points, and you've in the safe zone itself. It's got loads of cool survivors. Abraham, he was in the army at one point. He's probably trained in combat strategy. Rick knows a good lot about it, and Michonne and Carol, their ultimate badasses. Daryl's there. You're probably more safer there than you are on the outside, to be honest. You'd rather deal with one enemy than going out there dealing with a few and loads of walkers, wouldn't you? So I'd stay in the safe zone. You're most likely to survive it and wait it out if you're with these type of people who can survive, because Rick and Abraham will probably have a plan up their sleeves to survive if someone was out there waiting to attack. And yeah, I would stay. I'd probably help them out. Take a gun. Try and help fight. But if it got really bad though, where you're losing a battle, then yeah, you'd obviously have to leave, like what they did with the prison. The prison was half destroyed. They had to go, didn't they? Yes, that's what I'd do. I'd wait till the last minute if all things are going shit. Then yeah, I'd leave. So thanks for the question, Brian. So that's it, guys, for this Q&A. I want to thank all of you who submitted questions. They were great questions, and I enjoyed answering them. If this is a success, then yeah, I'll probably do it more often, because I really enjoy answering your questions, and hopefully I answered them to the best I could. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, please subscribe and like and share. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. As always, guys, if you want to be a part of the discussion, head over to the Walking Dead fan base on Facebook, and I'll be there waiting. If you do join, just let me know that you've joined from watching this video, because it'll be cool to see if any of you joined because of watching this video. Also, if you're watching this on the WalkingDeadDeadTalk.com, please click the subscribe tab, and thank you very much, and I'll see you next time with that video about Pete's sword. Was it already covered in blood? Was it a mistake, or was it intentional? And goodbye, and I'll see you later.